Good morning to everyone. We are coming to our topic once again, real numbers. In real numbers, we have learned two types of numbers. One is rational and the other is irrational. Rational numbers are the numbers which are either terminating or repeating. Either they should be terminating. And if it is not terminating, but repeating. Both these numbers are known as rational numbers. Terminated means ended. After point, we got the fixed number of digits, two digits, 1.23. We got the fixed two digits after decimal digits. So this 1.23 is terminated. And if it is not terminated, this 23 should continuously repeat. Both these numbers are known as rational numbers. Therefore, we alert either it should terminate or it should repeat. Both these numbers are known as rational number. And the other number is irrational number, which is non-terminating, non-repeating. That number is known as irrational number. Now, how to make out without actual division a number is terminating or repeating? For that, we will write one theorem. Write down the theorem because the same theorem we are going to write it down. One theorem. A decimal is said to be rational. Okay. This is not the definition of this one. Treatment of the theorem is if A is a rational number in the form of P upon Q in its simplest form. What is the meaning of this? I will explain. If A is a rational number which is in the form of P upon Q in its simplest form. Simplest form means if it is possible to cancel by some number, cancel it. And if A terminates, if A is terminating, then prime factors of denominator Q will be of the form Q to the power n, where m, n, and are whole numbers. This is the statement of the topic. Now, what do you mean by this statement? Let me explain that to you. This is the theorem for getting a number to be terminated or repeated. Just by looking towards the number which is in the form of P upon Q, we have to decide whether it is terminating or repeating. If it is in the form of P upon Q, either it will be terminating or it should be repeated. How to find out this number is going to terminate, this number is going to repeat? For that, we have written this rule. The question is, A is a rational number. We take an example of A. Suppose we take an example of 1 upon 8. This is the rational number we are taking 1 upon 8. This should be taken in the simplest form. If it is possible to get the denominator and numerator cancelled, then you will cancel it. If it is not possible to cancel, as it is, we take 1 upon 8. After getting this rational number, take out the prime factors of this denominator. If A terminates, then prime factors of the denominator will be of the form 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n. That's the statement. We find out the denominator. What is the denominator here? 8. Denominator is 8. This can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. Denominator 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2, or 2 to the power 3. 2 is multiplied 3 times. We observe that there is no 5. Therefore, we write into. This dot is into. 5 to the power 0. Because we are trying to convert the denominator Q in the form of 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n. If it is in this form, the decimal expansion of the number will terminate. And if it is not in that form, then it will not terminate. Okay. Now, which is in the form 2 to the power n, part of the power n, 2 to the power n, part of the power n, where m is 3 n equal to 0, and 3 and 0 are whole numbers. Make sure this 3 and 0 should be whole numbers. The statement full statement here in m and n are whole numbers. Whole numbers starts from 0. It is not necessary to get it from 1. It can start from 0 also. Yes, we are getting the power of 5 as 0, which is a whole number. Power of 2 is 3, which is also a whole number. Since the power of 2 and 5 both are whole numbers, therefore, decimal expansion of 1 upon 8 will terminate. That's the answer. We have to find out whether this number 1 upon 8 is going to terminate or not. Definitely it is going to terminate because it is in that particular form which is expected from our side. And we have expected the denominator should be the form of 2 to the power n, part of the power n. If it is in that particular form, it will be terminated. If you are doing 1 or 2 questions, it will be clear to you. Those who have attended the previous class offline, they must have done this. And those who have not attended offline classes, they will be having a little problem because it's new for you. Same procedure we follow everywhere for every question. If you want to find out the prime factors of 1 upon 14 or 11 upon 14, we have to find out whether this number is having terminating decimal point or not. The rule is same. First we'll see the denominator. We take out the factors of the denominator. If the denominator is in that particular form, then it will terminate, and if it is not in that particular form, it will not terminate. Here denominator is 14. That is 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. When you take out the factors of 14, we are getting 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. That means it is 2 to the power 3 into 5 to the power 1. We are getting only 1 5, whereas we are getting 2 3s. This denominator in the form of 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n, where n is 3, n is 1, which are whole numbers. So, decimal expansion of the number of 11 upon 40 will terminate. That's all. If 40 is the denominator, we are taking the prime factors of this 40. We got 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. If this number is having the prime factors in the form of 2 to the power n, part of the power n, then decimal expansion of the number will terminate. And in case if it is not in that form, it will not terminate. Here we are getting in that form 2 to the power n into part of the power n. It's in that form, so decimal expansion of the number will terminate. Clear? We'll take some more examples. Suppose I am taking 6 upon 15. 6 upon 15. We need to find out whether this number is going to terminate or not. This is going to terminate if it is satisfying that condition. But before starting the theorem, make sure that you are writing it in proper way. You have written the statement. If the denominator of the fraction is in the form of 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n, then it will terminate. Before that, you have written in its simplest form. In bracket, you have written in its simplest form. The meaning of simplest form is if it is possible to cancel by some number, cancel it. Write it in standard form. The 6 and 15 both are divisible by 3. 3 2s are 3 5. 2 upon 5. Denominator we are getting 5. Denominator is 5. And this 5 can be written as 2 to the power 0. 2 is not present, they will write the power of 2 as 0 into. We got 5 to the power 1. We got only one 5 over here, therefore write 5 to the power 1. It's in the form of 2 to the power 0 and 5 to the power 1. So, which is in the form 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n, where n equal to 0, n equal to 1, and m and n are whole numbers. So, decimal expansion of 6 upon 15 will terminate. He also is going to terminate. The reason is it is in that particular form. Make sure that the number which you are writing is in its simplest form. Cancel it by whatever number it is possible to cancel. Don't directly write 15's factors are 3 into 5 since 3 is present over here, therefore it is non-terminating. Don't write it that way. First you have to cancel it by whatever number it is possible to cancel. I take another example. Suppose we have taken 11 upon 13. Denominator is then 30. The factors of this 30 are 2 into 5 into 3. 2 5s are 10, then 3s are 30. 2 into 5 into 3. And we know that if the denominator is in this particular form, which is not in the form, why it is not in that form? 2 is present, 5 is present. Very good. We got 2 is present, 5 is present. But extra something else we are getting. And the rule says it should be specific to the certain pattern 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n. Nothing else should come except 2 and 5. What is present over here? 3, which is not in the form 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n. So, decimal expansion of 11 upon 30 will not terminate. This is the first question we have done. I think most of you have done this in offline classes, in online classes even, some of you must have done. Okay, we'll continue with the topic here. Here we got 11 upon 30 is not terminating. Why it is not terminating? Because of presence of 3. The next question is, after how many places decimal expansion of following rational numbers? After how many places the decimal expansion of following rational numbers will terminate? Suppose I have taken 1 upon 20. 1 upon 20. We have to find out, while finding the decimal expansion of this 1 upon 20, how many digits we will get in the terminated part. After how many places the number will stop having the decimal numbers. For that, we take the denominator. Here, denominator is 20. 20 means 2 into 2 into 5. That is 2 square into 5 to the power. 2 square into 5 to the power. It is going to terminate in case if it is in that particular form 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n. It is in the form 2 to the power n, 5 to the power n, where n equal to 2, n equal to 1. So, decimal expansion of 1 upon 20 will terminate. That you already done. But the question is, after how many places it is going to terminate? After how many places? For that, we will see the power of m and n. The power m is, the value of m is 2 and n is 1. Here, m equal to 2 and n equal to 1. M is greater than n. 2 is greater than 1. and whichever number is greater, it is going to terminate after that many places. Here we got 2 and 1. यदि 1 के जगह पे 7 होता, 2 और 7 में बड़ा जो है 7 है, then it would have terminated after 7 places. But here we got 1. 2 और 1 में 2 बड़ा है, जो बड़ा है उतने प्लेसेस के बाद ये टर्मिनेट होगा. We have to do and 1 is greater than, therefore decimal expansion will terminate after 1 upon 20 will terminate after how many places? Whichever is greater. 2 places. After 2 places it will terminate. If you want, you can check it. We divide 1 by 20. 20 zeros are 0. 1 anya. 1 0 we can put. Again, it is not only that we put 0. 20 zeros are 0. And anya we can put 1 0 over here. 25 is 100. Cancel. That is 1 upon 20 is 0.05. After decimal we got 2 places. After decimal we got 2 places. Therefore, it is going to terminate after 2 places. Clear? In that way, we have to find out the decimal expansion of the number. And difficulty? Now we do the next one. Next one is without actual calculation. Without actual calculation. Find the decimal expansion of following rationals. Rational number. Suppose a rational number is given, we have to find out after how many places it is going to terminate. We know that it is going to terminate after how many places? For that, we'll take an example. Suppose I make it 1 upon 14. Okay. Now we take out the prime factors of this 14. We got 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. We have got the factors of this 14, 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. Here we got 2 and 5 are having a group. Try to make the pair of 2 and 5. If you are getting 2, we have to get a pair of 5. इसके लिए 5 का पेयर चाहिए. और यदि तुमको यहाँ पे 5 दिया हुआ है, तो हमको 2 का पेयर चाहिए होगा. Already we got 1 2 as well as 1 5. Therefore, this number, these two numbers are having the pairs. अब हमारे पास इसके लिए पेयर नहीं है, इसके लिए पेयर नहीं है. ये दोनों नंबर्स के लिए हमारे पास पेयर नहीं है. For this number we multiply, number 2 के लिए पेयर क्या होना चाहिए? 5 होना चाहिए. और इस 2 के लिए क्या होना चाहिए? एक और 5 होना चाहिए. That means इसके लिए तो पेयर मिल गया. For these two we are not getting the pair. Therefore, what you do? You have to multiply 2 more 5s afterwards in denominator. And if you are multiplying 5 into 5 in the denominator, in numerator also you have to multiply the same number. जो ऊपर मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं नीचे भी वही मल्टीप्लाई करना है. Now this is 25 over 25 and this is 10 into 10 into 10. 10 times 100 times 1000. 25 upon 1000. Now how to divide a number when the denominator is a multiple of 10? That you know 25 upon 1000 means you have 3 zeros and 3 digits has to be written after decimal. And this 25 can be done 0.025. Each is 0.025. Therefore, this number 1 upon 14, which is 25 upon 1000, is 0.025. It is having 3 different digits after decimal. Clear? Expecting that you understood this, we move to the next example. One more example I am taking, and after that we will move to the next topic. Our aim is to find out the decimal expansion of the number. Suppose we got 1 upon 25, 50 we are doing. 1 upon 50. take out the factor for this 50. 50 is 5 into 5 into 2. 5 into 5 into 2. We try to make the pair of 5 as well as 2. 5 और 2 का पेयर बन गया. इस 5 के लिए हमारे पास कमी है. किसका कमी है? 1 2. And if you multiply 1 2 in the denominator, 1 2 has to multiply in the numerator also. So it becomes 2 over 2 and 6 into 10, you get 100. And 2 upon 100 is 0.02. In this way, we can find out the decimal expansion of terminated decimal points. Expecting that you understood this. Before starting the new exercise, the last exercise I have covered, 1.4, the question number 1 as well as 2 I have covered. We'll discuss the topic later on in case if you are having the difficulty. Let me show one more definition of rational numbers so that you will prepare for next day. Whether you are coming for online or offline, and whatever the difficulty you are having, you can discuss it. Now here, we have done another definition of rational numbers. Rational number. A number in the form P upon Q, where P, Q are integers, Q is not equal to 0, and P, Q are co-prime. This number is known as rational number. It is having 4 steps. First is there should be an upon sign. Both should be integers. Denominator should not be equal to 0. And P and Q should not have anything common except 1. The HCF is 1. Co-prime is nothing is common in them except 1. The HCF is 1. Clear? We'll take an example. Suppose 6 upon 15 here. Is this a rational number? Yes, we know that it is a rational number, but this rational number should be written in the standard form. If it is possible, cancel by some number, cancel it, and then decide whether it is rational or not. Therefore, 6 upon 15, if you go out, if something is common, if the HCF is not 1, try to cancel by whatever number and make them co-prime. Co-prime means nothing is common in them except 1. Cancel करने के बाद लिखना है. Co-prime means उसमें कुछ भी common नहीं है. Just go through this definition. We will continue next day with the same topic. And expecting that whatever you understood, whatever we have done today, you understood that. Next day, in case you are having the doubt, by the time, wait for a minute and you can ask.